Hello, I'm your German snob, and I'm here with another episode of Let's Play GTA Vice City. Alright, today we continue, gonna do the next mission, and then see what happens. I really thought that today would be the day where we had to do that one mission that I couldn't manage to do in my first playthrough, but actually not. We're going to do something else first. And I really hope that that shouldn't be that bad. Even though, of course, I can't be sure of that yet. So we're going to drive back to DSS Mansion, and there we will start the next mission. And I kind of want to change the music, as always. What do we have here? Sure, why not? Yeah. It's the same driveway as always. I think by now I could probably cut it out because we all know what driving there is like. Maybe I should actually consider doing that in the future. But I think that's something to think about later. I mean, now I've already started leaving it in, so... one more time contoured. And I mean, it's actually not like the driveways are very long. I mean... that's also something to consider. Which, you know, is the one reason why this game doesn't have a quick travel function. They only started having these in GTA after this one. San Andreas was still kind of... well, you still had to manually drive pretty much everywhere, but you could take airplanes between the three major cities. In GTA 4 and 5 you could take taxis and just kind of skip the way there.
Jack, plastic crap! You doing this to me? Who do you think you are, you piece of plastic shit? Oh! Oh! Bro, you! It is my favorite El Burro movie. It's that. What else can I do?
It's probably not plugged in.
What? Dang. No matter. I can buy 100 more. Now, Tommy. Each month, a freelancer sails into Vice City in Morris's yacht. He sails his cargo to the first boat. I want you to take the speedboat and beat all the other shitheads to it. Then you bring the cargo here. Okay?
So the mission we are going to do is pretty much a race, at least for the first part. It's... well, I kinda like it, but the problem about it is that the boats don't handle that well.
Let me guess. You thought I could use a guardian angel.
I'm just saying, you need to let me in there, my man. Now, you can feed me all this lonely tough guy crap, but I know one day I'm gonna save your ass, and you're probably gonna want to kiss me.
Wacko.
We got some competition.
So as I said, it's a race.
So why in the hell are we running errands for? The more we learn now, the less we have to learn when we take this town over.
Exactly.
I like your style, man. Real fresh.
So it's a race, but what makes it hard is the fact that the boats handle like boats. And I don't think we can shoot from the boats. I mean, Lance does it for us. But we can't. Which is kind of a shame. But I think it should still all work out. What makes it hard is the fact that these canals in the city are pretty narrow. Meaning that if you drive against something, you might not be able to turn around again and lose the mission for it. See, that's what I meant. So if you lose control, it's very hard to regain it. But I think it worked out fine.
Watch yourself. They're coming from all over.
Okay, so I think I like this. So let's blow up their boats and get this thing safely back. I kind of like the turret sections because they work pretty well for the gameplay. I mean, whenever you have to both shoot and do something else at the same time, the controls of this game kind of break apart, but if you just have to concentrate on shooting, it's pretty cool. So any more of them? Let them just keep coming. I could do this for hours. Oh, where? Oh yeah, I see. So let's blow up the barrel and get rid of them. Just like that. Any more of them? I wouldn't mind that. Oh yeah, there they are. Okay, it's kind of hard to aim because for one the mouse is a bit overly sensitive, which I could, if I wanted to, probably change. And for the other part, of course, because the boat moves up and down, as boats tend to do. Obviously. So... we got by them. You know, if it was for me, this mission could have gone on longer.
You're a real, proper, grade-A lunatic.
Well, thank you.
See you around, Tommy.
Okay, Mr. Lance Vance Dance.
Well, that was pretty fun. Gotta admit that. Now what I kind of wonder, can we actually enter the SS Mansion? No, I don't think we can. Well, gonna assume that we will be able to do so later on. But for now, the one thing left to do for us is do more missions. So I guess we are going to do Colonel Cortez's mission next. And as I said, I think I'm going to cut out the driveway there. So see you in a minute.
Yo, Tommy, it's Lance.
Yeah?
Oh, nice to hear from you, Lance. Now, come on, man. Be cool, be cool.
I'm in the middle of something. What do you want?
Nothing. Just to say, look, Tommy, we can do this thing. You and me, no problem. You know what I mean?
We're going to have to do it, because otherwise we're going to be dead, Lance. We're in too far now. But thanks for the call. Speak to you later.
Mm-hmm. But first we're going to do something else, and that's the Colonel Cortez Mansion. Mansion mission.
Yes, was pleased. I would like to meet you again.
Is that a good thing?
Of course, although I'm starting to think that Diaz was responsible for our unfortunate loss.
What makes you say that?
One does not wave accusations at a man like Diaz, and maybe thinking out loud, no matter. I have a proposal that you could profit
I don't have time to run more errands, Cortez.
I would have thought a man with such dangerous dates would be hungry for opportunities. Please, Tommy, at least hear me out.
Go on.
I have a buyer for a piece of military hardware that is being taken through town. Pick it up for me. And once you get it, I want you to call me immediately. Then...
Oh, right now, that mission. When I first played it on my first playthrough, I thought it was really hard. But now in retrospect, I think I was just not doing it correctly. So what we have to do is steal, as Cortez just put it, steal military hardware. Which means we need to get him a tank. And that sounds pretty hard, but there is a trick to doing this. And I will show it to you right now. So first thing we need to do is drive over to the other island. So far there is not much to it. Now, if we are on that island, we need to turn to the right here. And if we drive into that direction for some time, there we are going to find a military convoy. See? Right here. Now, whenever I try to do this, I just thought I had to attack that convoy. And as you see, I am vastly outnumbered here. Like, there are dozens of soldiers, and I'm just a single mobster in a Hawaii shirt. So that's not going to work out. So what I actually have to do is drive after them and wait for an opportunity to go and steal the tank. And that one's going to be actually pretty soon. Just have to wait a few minutes.
We gotta take a break now, ladies. You're having a little personal time.
Because at some point,
Kill a biscuit, and I'll be you.
one of the soldiers will leave the tank, and therefore it will be open for us to steal.
I'm gonna get freaky. Why don't you go out?
Right? Right.
I'll be back. Soul music for lovers.
We should be there pretty soon. If we... Exactly. Now that he's getting the donuts, we can just go here, get in, take the tank. Awesome, huh? Not that the whole get that donut soldier isn't pretty funny in and on itself. And of course the good thing about the tank is it's basically indestructible, but it will self-destruct for reasons that I couldn't possibly fathom some point sooner. So what we need to do is drive it to a hold-up and give it over to Cortez. Yeah. So really there's not that much to it. It's actually a pretty easy mission. But if you do it like I did, just attacking the convoy, you will die multiple times. So what really was required was just some patience. Also, I find the idea of a tank with a side door absolutely hilarious. But then I might just be wrong and there may actually be some tank model that is like that. As weird as that may sound. But yeah, actually, that's all there is to that mission. And I always thought it was really hard. Crazy, huh? And seeing how we... Oh, phone.
Right, now, China. Paul, I might have a little result for you, but I need to speak to you in person. I'm enjoying a little half an hour at the Club Malibu. I reckon you're going to write me a favour or two after this sunshine. I'll see you later.
But we have done 2 missions and that's usually the point where I stop. But first there is a... Well, a small... I wouldn't call it Easter egg because it definitely wasn't intended to be an Easter egg. But something small I wanted to point out, which should be right around here, and I've noticed it driving here. Because there was that one advertisement on like a billboard, which is a little... How do you say... Well, it's something that got brought up in one of the later games in the series. Here. There it is. Now this is an advertisement for an action movie called Howitzer Exploder, Evacuator Part 2. Now Howitzer, I think this comes up also on the radio, is like an actor in the GTA universe, like your typical 80s action hero. Now the funny thing about this is that that character, Jack Howitzer, is also on television in GTA 5, where he's like that typical 80s burned out old actor who has his own reality show. And I just kind of wanted to point this out, because I think it's always kind of interesting when, you know, the newer games reference the older ones. But you know, that's really all I wanted to do. I think other than that, I'm gonna wrap up this episode. So as always, I'm your German Snob. This is Let's Play GTA Vice City. I'm going to be seeing you again, probably tomorrow actually. And until then, well, enjoy yourself, have a good time, and ciao!